Whoa. Whoa. Is that okay? Lighting's good. What's up, Timmy Academy? Just wanted to record a short video. It is the end of 2020. I believe it's December 29th, but honestly, I've lost track of days. I just want to share with you what I do at the end of the year. It's been a really good year. And so we're doing a bunch of donations. This year I'm doing something a little different. Last year I did all local donations. I think I shipped maybe 2 or 3 boxes. But this year nobody reached out locally, but I got a lot of feedback. I posted on all the Facebook groups and got a lot of feedback for people all over the country, both individuals and a bunch of Magic clubs. So I finished packaging up all the individuals' boxes. Yesterday I did all the tracking and all that kind of stuff, got every spreadsheet organized, who's getting what, and custom colors and all that jazz. And then this morning I spent the day organizing, sorting by color, getting everything ready, and I just wanted to show you what we came up with. There's not a whole lot of personal boxes this year, maybe 10, which I was surprised. I thought 2020 would have been a lot busier than last year. I think I gave away 40 or 50 personal boxes last year. I think there's 10 this year, and then we're gonna do roughly 50,000 card donation to a bunch of clubs all over the country. We've got 2 large boxes going out to California. We have a large box headed up to Connecticut, a large box headed down to Texas. There's a guy here locally down in Jacksonville who's a military guy, and he's getting a bunch of the young military guys are starting to get into Magic, so he's starting a club and all that stuff. So I'm going to meet up with him at some point, probably this week. I would like to, if I can find some time. And I mean, as much of this wall as he wants, he can have, and we'll of course probably throw in a booster box and some other fun stuff. So I just wanted to share. This is all about giving back to the community that lets me do what I want to do, and supports me throughout the year. So I hope this inspires some other dealers and flippers and evil investors to maybe do a donation like this next year. I know a lot of people do, as far as to Magic clubs and whatnot. But yeah, it's a lot of work. So next year, if you're in the area, I might need some elves. I'm probably going to organize it a bit better next year too. This was kind of last minute. I had a lot of stuff going on. Been traveling and then shipping out boxes to family members and whatnot for the last week, making stuff and beef jerky and pickles and stuff, and shipping them all over the country. And so yeah, it takes a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's so much fun, and the responses you get back a week later, and it's just cool. So and 2020 has been a rough year, so let's keep the hope alive. Let's do what we can for each other. Doesn't seem like we're getting a whole lot of help from anywhere but ourselves. So yeah, I hope this inspires some people and can spread a good message for the start of 2021. Keep your chins up. It's going to be a rough year. So let's take a look at what these look like real quick, and I'll show you the state of my office. It's like a bomb went off. My hope is to get some more of this bulk sorted tonight, and then clean up the office. After this, I've been going hard for three days, like 16-hour days or something like that, something stupid like that, till 5 in the morning. And but like my orders are all cut up on. I think this is the last stack of like 30 orders I have left to do. I've got to upload probably another 100, no, probably another 500 cards to TCG Player. But after that, I'm like pretty much caught up and ready to drink some champagne for New Year and hang out and take a day or two off and then back at it for 2021, get taxes in order and all that jazz. So let's take a look. I'm gonna wobble you, take you off the stand. So let me flip this around. I know you can't hear me right now. I unplugged the microphone. Hold please. Professional YouTuber at work. So this is what I've been doing for the last, today, and started last night, but I started falling asleep around 4 a.m. or so I decided to kind of call it quits around 4:30, 4:45. So this is all I was just sorting by color, and this is what makes up the bulk of the boxes, and then I pulled out all the foils and rares and stuff and sorted them out and put them in the boxes according to color and whatnot. We've got stacks of old school legacy stuff here. These are rares and stuff I pulled out. Some of this is actually worth a decent amount of dough. I found some cool stuff while I was sorting. What was it? There was one of the new cards. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, there we go. I was sorting the bulk, and in the bulk, I found a hole breacher, which is kind of funny. So, and then I found some cool stuff. We found some sweet miscuts, all from Ravnica Allegiance. These are the all the same sheet, it looks like. And then we've got one from Shadows over Innistrad, and there's just the very smallest bit of another card showing on all of these, so that's kind of cool. And then we found a Therese Nielsen signed Essence Warden, which is just going to go in my personal collection because I love Therese Nielsen. I love that card. I have an elf deck. And yeah, so that's what the office looks like. It's insane right now. There's stuff everywhere. Let's go take a see. I can't even open the door. These are all just empty binders. We'll go across the hall. Oop, trash pile. Alright, so these are either doubles or like extras. Some people needed extra. So this guy, very sweet dude, he's giving it to his wife for Christmas. They got a couple kids. I think they're down on their luck a little bit. They don't have a lot of extra spending cash, and I don't think she was able to get herself anything, or they were able to get each other presents for Christmas. I think they did stuff for the kids, and then there wasn't much left over, so I thought that was really sweet, so I gave him a big box. This woman was super sweet. She actually paid the shipping for her box and for another person's box, so I doubled both of their boxes. I think those two, and there were a couple of clubs that paid shipping. Everyone else I covered the shipping on. I mean, it's not crazy. I probably spent $100 in shipping, so it's not a big deal. But I pretty much just said, hey, if you can cover shipping, cool. $5, whatever. If you can't, no big deal. So she actually paid double, and so I doubled both of their boxes, which I hope they get a kick out of it. Let's just take a look at what's in here. So I'm going to try not to reveal any. So they kind of all kept the same formula. This one was black-green, so just a little Merry Christmas from me. Booster pack, some sealed sleeves, an unsealed but complete. Some of them are sleeved and some of them aren't. Planeswalker deck, So this one isn't sleeved, and I threw something else in here. I don't know, just a little sealed something. Oh yeah, just like a welcome deck. Just like, so these are made up of random stuff that I collected throughout the year that I just have a lot of. Like the store buyout in Virginia, I still had 20 packs of sleeves or something left over, so I threw those in there. Somehow I accumulated a bunch of Throne of Eldraine loose packs, so I threw those in there. There's some dice hiding down here, and then there's not $20 cards in here, but usually there's some cool lands, like either foils or full arts, and then a bunch of staples like Command Tower, you can see Buried Ruin, Ash, and a bunch of rares and mythics, foils and stuff like that. And then there's going to be just bulk right here, and then some rares and mythics. And I mean, there's not a whole lot of value in these. There's a Planeswalker deck and a sealed and some, I don't know, a couple bucks, but I think it's just cool for people who need a little pick-me-up for the end of the year and want a little present. So we've got, looks like 1, 2, 3. That one's actually going to Australia. I think I souped up her box a little bit. She's had a rough year. She's got 3 kids, I think, and a single mom, and just rough year. So I wanted to do a larger box, but shipping to Australia is very expensive. That little box, it was about almost $30 to ship. So yeah, and then this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, 12 personal boxes. And it was just a lot of fun to build these. Yeah, I don't know, it makes me happy. So, and then I'll just when I get all the club stuff boxed up and ready to go, and all the rest of the donations, I'll touch base again, and we'll just go through the rest of it. And that's the corner. And yeah, I'll be back. All right, Timmy Academy. So we are back in the office. I've just got the last of today's donations going out. This is to all the clubs. We got a club out in California. This guy's super cool. We chatted for a bit. He's working on getting his 501c3 designation right now. It's called Magic in the Mountains. So I got a couple boxes for him. I did 2 large flat rates. So my guess is around 10,000 plus cards. And I threw some cool sealed promos from that store buyout in here, and some sealed decks. I think this is, yeah, that's full of dice. And just a bunch of bulk, and then some fully sleeved decks that came in collections a while ago that I just threw in there for sleeves because I didn't have any more sealed sleeves. Not enough to put in for a club, so I threw a couple of those in there, and then just put these with cards. And in the bottom one, which is all sealed up, is another 5,000 cards, and then just a bunch of deck boxes full of rares and foils and mythics and whatnot. And then we got a group up in Connecticut. And we've just got 1 large box full of bulk, and then rares and foils and stuff over here, and the same. But I sealed this up, and then I was like, oh well, I'm gonna fill whatever. It looks exactly the same as this one. This one's going down to Texas. These guys seemed, I couldn't tell. They seemed a little on the shady side, I want to say. I don't know if they're just going to take these cards and flip them. You can tell when someone's actually running a Magic Club. There's a guy in Virginia, too, who, works for a school. He's like, yep, got this Magic Club. So, these guys seemed a little less legit, so I sent them a little less legit box. But there's still a ton of good stuff in here, and a ton of great fodder for clubs. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you. It's probably between these and all the personal boxes yesterday. My guess is around 35,000 cards. I think we did about 8,000 yesterday, and that's probably 10 and 5 and 5. So yeah, anywhere from like 25 to 30,000, I would say. I don't know. I lost count. And then we've got another few slated for. There's a group up in Virginia. Hold on, I'm gonna put you in the thing. That's the corner. Is that? There we go. So there's a group up in Virginia that is run by a teacher, and so might drive up there and just get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And there's a group in Jacksonville, military guys, and I'll probably Jacksonville, North Carolina. So it's roughly 2 hours away or something like that. So I'll probably drive down there and drop off a bunch of this stuff to them, and a bunch of empty binders and just stuff that's cluttering up the office. A little note on the potentially shady donations. If I catch you reselling donations, if you solicit donations from me at the end of the year and I catch you reselling mystery boxes on OfferUp, I'm on all the platforms. I'll blow your shit up. I will. Just fair warning. So I will find out if you're doing it, and I'll blow your spot up pretty hard. I got no tolerance or time for that kind of stuff. It takes a lot of time to do this, and I don't want that kind of activity to ruin what I'm doing. So just a short warning for you. Next year we'll continue the program again. I might continue doing some stuff into early January this year, because honestly I just need more space in the office. I need to empty a lot of these boxes, and yeah, so if I've got time and there's a need for it, then I'll get it done. Otherwise, I'm looking at probably unloading another. My goal was 100,000. So if I can give about 30,000 to the 2 local groups, or maybe find a third local group and do around 20,000 a piece, that would be good, because that would about probably clear this shelf and a little bit of that shelf, which will get me all set up for buying more crap. So yeah, Happy New Year. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you in 2021.